Hello peoples, this is BetaNights and welcome to a new Let's Play. This, my friends, is Shovel Knight. A game that I have been waiting to do ever since it came out a couple months ago. A little bit of a backstory. Shovel Knight is actually a game that started up on Kickstarter. I actually backed it myself, to be honest. And this is an NES-inspired game, inspired by a lot of different games of the time. Primarily, I would say probably Mega Man would probably be the biggest inspiration behind this game. And the developers actually took it a step further. I mean, you see pixelated games all the time, ones that imitate kind of the retro feel, like 8-bit-ish, and just very pixelized style. This game took it to a new level with the developers. They kept this thing as true to the NES as they could, only breaking things when they thought it would hamper the gameplay. And I will actually be going into more details of that as the LP goes on. I do want to kind of bring to light some of the changes they made. And we'll see those as we go. But anyway, starting this off, our typical options. Okay, good. I'm in version 1.1. That is actually important for something I want to show later. I think I pretty much have everything. Ooh, Miiverse. Okay, this has Miiverse. I did not know that. This game, actually, guys, you can get this on Steam, the 3DS, and the Wii U. I am actually playing the Wii U version right now. Woo! My first proper Let's Play from the Wii U. And yeah, I believe you can get on Steam right now too. They're gonna have a Linux version soon too, and Mac. I'm not sure. I'll have to actually look that up, but maybe I'll pop some on screen. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, I am super pumped to start this. Feats, you can go here. I'll just show this real quick. These are basically all the achievements you can get in the game, and a lot of them you actually will get just by playing. You don't have to go too out of your way for a lot of them. But anyway, guys, enough rambling. Let's get this started. By the way, what game, NES or not, gives you freaking 9 save files? What game does this? I guess I shouldn't be talking too much. I mean, I've seen games give people... God, I've seen games that have like 50 save files, and it's like, how does it have the memory on it for that? Anyway, guys, bet you didn't see that name coming. But anyway, let's start our adventure. For Shovelry! Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. Of all heroes, none shone brighter than Shovel Knight and Shield Knight. But their travels together ended at the Tower of Fate, when a cursed amulet wrought a terrible magic. When Shovel Knight awoke, the tower was sealed, and Shield Knight was gone. His spirit broken, a grieving Shovel Knight went into a life of solitude. But without champions, the land was seized by a vile power, the Enchantress and her Order of No Quarter. Now, the tower is unsealed and devastation looms. A new adventure is about to begin. Dig in. Here we go, guys. And one thing I have to point out right away, and I think you guys have probably noticed it by now, the soundtrack in this game is amazing. Guys, just take a moment to listen to this. Listen to the main theme, how pumped it is, and listen to the song here in the very first level. Actually, you know what? I will do you one better. If I can, I will actually link in the description a link to where you can find the entire soundtrack of the game for yourselves. There are actually multiple places to get it. I know I can probably find you guys at least one. But anyway, onward. Now this is awesome right away. You can see the Tower of Fate right there in the background from the very first stage of the game. That, guys, is our final destination. Anyway, your basic things, like any NES title or any title of a platformer in general, you have your jump, and you have your basic attack, with this, in this case, is your shovel swing. But you also have this little downward thrust. Kind of like a little pogo type thing. Think Legend of Zelda 2, how you can stab your sword up and down, visit a tiny town. This lady gives you care. What does she do in there? Ah, guys. Sorry if I'm kind of all over the place here. I'm really hyped to do this. I actually backed this game on Kickstarter, as I said, and I played the crap out of this thing. I was waiting for this thing for months. I couldn't wait for it to come out, and when it finally did, the hype was not misplaced, guys. Anyway, as you can see, we've been collecting these gems, and if you look in the top left corner over there, gold 555. Lucky to stop there. The gold actually does add up in this game, and you do actually use it for something. So there is a bit of a currency in this game, unlike a lot of the NES titles like Mega Man and such. Anyway, this is a little mechanic right here. It kind of teaches you how to use your pogo. You bounce off bubbles. And this right here, guys, this is actually a checkpoint. Basically, anytime you die, you come back to this checkpoint. You can't destroy this particular one or any of the ones with the wings around it like this, but you can actually destroy checkpoints in the game, which is a cool mechanic, and I will get to show that probably in an upcoming stage, but unfortunately in the first stage they don't allow you to do that. Dang, I lost the gem by hitting that guy off the screen. Alright, oop. Be careful here. Like Mega Man and a lot of old games, spikes are in fact instant death, so you want to be careful about that. Doesn't matter how high your health is. And here we have a bubble dragon! He's adorable! And he drops a lot of loot for us too, including an apple right there. When you see food items like that, like an apple or a carrot or something like that, they refill your life, just so you know. Ah, dang it. I was trying to see if I could go through the stage without taking damage. I didn't think it was going to be very likely, but it was bound to happen eventually. Anyway, guys, you saw right there actually that I was able to hurt the skeleton by flinging an object at him. You can actually reflect objects or just toss up objects, and most of the time they will hurt enemies if they do happen to hit them. So that is something to keep in mind. Oop. Oh, almost got me. I swear, those... Ah! Dang it, I almost made it out of that. I swear, those slimes get me every time. I almost always walk into them every time I do this stage. Now you do want to be careful with some of these. As you can see, there was a small spike pit there, and when I hit that enemy, it bounced me back too. That is something you're going to want to be careful of. Alright guys, this game is filled with hidden corridors like this, but don't worry, for the majority of them, they're pretty easy to spot as long as you keep an eye out. There aren't really many, if any at all, that actually have you like stare off and like hit random blocks. Most of them you can find pretty easily. Alright guys, right here, this is something else important in the game. It's a collectible. This is a music sheet. I'll be going over what these are for in a little bit. Right there, I got a little dirt pile on the wall there. As you can see, when you destroy enemies that you've already destroyed prior to leaving and re-entering an area, you don't get any more gems from them, so you can't simply just go and farm off of like a little beetle like that. This right here is a case of where you want to be careful when you destroy an enemy, because there are many times where an enemy, due to its placement or what have you, will allow you to either get to a higher platform or get to some other thing. Like right here, if I would have destroyed too much of this dirt, I wouldn't have been able to get that. Okay, let's get the rest of these out of the way real quick. Now, of course, you don't have to destroy all these. I'm just kind of a completionist when it comes to that kind of thing. It bugs me if I don't. And right here, you see, we got a little platter. And we get turkey or chicken or whatever you want to call it. Probably turkey. We've got another checkpoint right there. Yeah, guys, I'm so happy to be able to do this game with you guys and share this. For anyone who has not heard of or seen Shovel Knight so far, I really hope this LP makes you kind of look at it a bit. I can tell you, I was hyped up when I saw it, when I saw the trailers and everything, and when I was looking at the Kickstarter updates, and the hype was not misplaced whatsoever. Any fan of platformers or even old classic NES style games in general, I would actually highly recommend this game to anyone, even if you're not that into those series and you're just kind of like a casual player of them. I would still recommend it. It's a great game. The musical soundtrack is phenomenal. So much work was put into this game, and you can see the love the developers put behind it. And here we've got a few more secrets, and you can see the little skelly man popped out there. That's one thing this game likes to do. It loves to pop enemies out at you. So you gotta be careful of that. Now you may see a little bit of a, what's the wording? I forget the exact phrasing people use for it, but like an advanced strategy going with the pogo thing. The pogo thing, I will admit, is one of the most overpowered things in the game, but for good reason. And it's not just like, oh, use it to win. There are many cases where you actually can't use it very well, or using it would actually be bad, but they make good use of it. Yeah, I love this little thing. Do a little shimmy. Anyway, you see that treasure chest down there, guys? This is one of a few cases where they didn't show a secret passage, but showing that ladder there kind of makes it pretty obvious. Come back down here, hit that. Watch out for another skelly man. Sure enough. Open it up. And treasure galore! Always happy to get some treasure. I mean, who isn't? Yeah, I love the scenery in this first level. Just so peaceful. And you got these little dragon dudes. Oh, god dang it, slime. You tricked me! Get over here. Go for that dude. Haha. Okay, hopefully I can get through the stage without dying. I will admit there were a few places where I died in the stage before. Oh god. Yeah, I want to be careful with this guy. This guy, be very careful with, because when you take him down, he will disappear and you will fall straight into that pit. Luckily, I was aware of that and I didn't do that the first time I played this, but yeah, that's something you want to be careful with. Now this is actually where I first died in the game, to be honest. You want to lure this guy over? Let him fall over. Trust me, it's worth it. If you just go straight on full force, more than likely you'll land directly in front of him and not be able to swing in time if you're not careful, and you can't pogo him in time, typically. So a lot of times he will knock you back right into that pit, if not at least dealing some damage first. So be a little careful on that one. Now this, I like this right here because this kind of teaches you, like, oh no. I remember when I was initially playing, I found out pretty early, like on my own, I just happened to swing. I just happened to swing while I was doing the pogo, so I figured out fairly early that, oh, I can stop my pogo mid-pogo. Now, they don't exactly make that the most obvious at first, so right there it kind of shows you, hey, after pogoing a few times, you can actually stop it so that you don't go too far. Which is more prevalent in some of the later stages, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, head over this way. More secrety secrets! Ah, don't you just love video game secrets? I was actually surprised I was able to, pretty much 100% this game, my first playthrough, without having to look at any guides, and I was actually happy about that. See if I can't juggle one of these guys. Ah! You actually keep hitting that guy pretty much until he hits the ground. Huh, healing, a checkpoint, an empty room. What does this usually signify, guys? Yep. You know what's about to happen when Shovel Knight is excited. Let's do this. I knew you'd show your face sooner or later. The cerulean coward. Turn back, Shovel Knight. There's nothing here for you anymore. Stand aside, Black Knight. I've no quarrel with you. I must return to the Tower of Fate. Your time away has dulled your senses. Can't you see? This entire valley has been conquered by the Enchantress, and her invincible knights of the Order of No Quarter stand between you and the tower. But none of that matters, because anyone after the Enchantress has to go through me. Steal thy shovel! Here, guys, we got our first boss battle of the game, and this one you want to be careful about, because for someone new to the game, he's not overly hard, but he's not the easiest boss either. As you can see, he does a fair job of keeping himself away from your pogos more than once or twice. Ooh, you want to be careful of that too. And he does a good job at striking you with the shovel just before you get to him, so you want to be careful of that. But we almost got him here. Ah, dang it. Didn't quite dodge that one the way I wanted to. Ah, crap. Ooh. That was close. Feat accomplished. I'm alive. I believe that is actually the feat that you get for not dying in this stage. Pretty lucky that I got that in the first stage, because as you can see, I did take a fair amount of damage from Black Knight. But don't worry, it's not the last we've seen of him. Ah, I'm awake. What happened? Sadly, it appears it was all just a dream. Anyway, time to head out on an adventure. But first, only you can prevent forest fires. Here we go, guys, into a very Super Mario Bros. 3 style world map. As you can see, we got a few different locations for us already. That seems our one and only stop at the moment is the village. So why not head in? Halt! No weapons. We have enough to worry about lately without everyone swinging swords around. Oh, haha. That's no weapon, just a shovel. You may enter then. And don't forget, press up to talk to everyone. And this, guys, you want to do. The NPCs in this game are actually pretty cool. They all have like a little bit of interesting dialogue. Some will tell you about kind of stuff about what's happening. Some of them will give you tips for the game. I would actually recommend talking to whoever you can. Our old village is overrun with the undead. Inspector Night. We barely made it out in time. Huh, I wonder if that's one of the Order of No Quarter. Have you ever seen sparkles rising from a bottomless pit? Those spots is where the real treasures is. Real riches is. I see. Okay, same one. Anyone else? Ooh, red dude. I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of health. I've got to get a meal ticket. Fishing is easy. You just cast your line off into any pit, then wait for the and haul them up. What are you in a hurry for? I just love living in a village. It's the best. Oh, dude. We got a horse guy here. It's Brutal Corn. If you're getting stressed out, try fishing. You never know what you'll catch. Huh, quite a few people talking about fishing here. I remember before the Order of No Quarter, when we weren't afraid to walk around like this. Okay, dear lady. What do you have to say? This, my friends, is the Bard. Hail, traveler. I am but a simple bard, but I have a big problem. I've lost all my music sheets. My entire repertoire lies scattered across the land. If you ever find a music sheet, return it to me, and I'll reward you handsomely. Whoa! You have 2 music sheets. Magnificent. Take 500 gold for each. Will do. Wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, you found Strike the Earth. Ah, ostinato trumpet triplets. Is there anything you can't render into pure magic? Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform it for you at any time. Just ask. So yeah, guys, anytime you come in here and talk to the Bard, who is the in-game incarnation of Vert, the main composer for this game. Hail, Shovel Knight, hero of music. What can the humble Bard do for you today? Play me a song. Splendid. What would you like to hear? Here, guys, you can see all the different songs that you can collect over the course of the game. Here, we got these 2 from that first stage, I believe. And these 5 come straight away in the beginning. Now, you can actually come here and have him play any song you find in the game for free, anytime, and he'll play it the whole time you're in the village until you leave. Now, I would do that now, but I want you guys to hear the village music a little bit. I mean, I like this music. You meet that old witch down the juice bar? I think she tells fortunes, but she won't talk to me. Beware of a lich calling himself the Super Skeleton. His jumping attacks are ferocious. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Ooh, big guy. No, big guy. Head to the juice bar for fresh squalls juice. Morning, noon, or night. Got it? Another dear lady. I'm sorry, but you're a bit too short for me. Aw, come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Nah, I only got a heart for Shield Knight. I only have eyes for Shield Knight. Molly. Oh, you've got a pretty face. You should come visit often. I have a face. I have a face. What? Ooh, that guy that just ran by. I actually have something to say about him later. But for now, guys, I think we'll be calling this an episode. This has been BetaNights for Let's Play Shovel Knight. In the next episode, we will explore the rest of this village, figure out what this place has to offer, and then maybe we'll head off and take on our first knight of the Order of No Quarter. Have a good night, y'all, and see y'all next time. Bye-bye.